the early 20th century, the Titanic was built as a marvel of human engineering, the largest and most luxurious ship in the world, stretching nearly 900 feet long and weighing over 46,000 tons. It was constructed by the White Star Line in Belfast and designed with the latest technology, including watertight compartments that made many people believe it could never sink. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic began its first voyage from Southampton, England to New York City, stopping at Cherbourg in France and Queenstown in Ireland, carrying more than 2,200 people on board, wealthy millionaires, famous businessmen, hopeful immigrants, and crew members. The ship was a floating palace, offering a gymnasium, swimming pool, restaurants, a library, and the famous grand staircase for first-class passengers, while third-class travelers also had comfortable rooms compared to other ships of that era. But only 4 days into the journey, disaster struck. On the cold night of April 14, 1912, at 11:40 p.m., the Titanic struck a huge iceberg in the North Atlantic. The impact tore open 5 of its watertight compartments, far more than the ship could handle, and seawater began rushing inside. At first, many passengers did not realize the seriousness, but soon panic grew as it became clear the Titanic was sinking. The crew tried to lower lifeboats, yet there were only 20 lifeboats on board, enough for barely half of those on board, and many were launched half-empty due to confusion and fear. As the freezing Atlantic swallowed the ship, heartbreaking scenes unfolded. Men were asked to let women and children go first, families were separated forever, and the band famously kept playing music to calm people as chaos surrounded them. At around 2:20 a.m. on April 15th, less than 3 hours after hitting the iceberg, the Titanic's massive stern rose into the air and the ship broke apart, disappearing beneath the icy waves. Out of over 2,200 people, more than 1,500 lost their lives, while only around 700 survived, many rescued hours later by the Carpathia, a ship that rushed to the scene. The tragedy shocked the world, with newspapers everywhere filled with grief and outrage, especially at the fact that safety rules had been ignored and lifeboats were so few. The disaster led to major changes in maritime laws, including lifeboats for all passengers, lifeboat drills, and the creation of the International Ice Patrol to monitor dangerous icebergs. Over the years, the Titanic became a symbol of both human ambition and human error, remembered in books, films, and memorials. And when the wreck was finally discovered on the ocean floor in 1985, it revealed haunting images of the once great ship lying silent in the deep sea. More than a century later, the Titanic remains not just a story of a shipwreck, but a timeless lesson about pride, tragedy, and the power of nature against even the grandest creations of mankind.